Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelvin, and in this video I want to talk about two terms that I wanted to talk about for quite some time but never really got around to it. And those two terms are flying monkeys and hoovering when it comes to narcissistic personality disorder. These terms go hand in hand with each other, and they're very common with people who are dealing with these types of situations, right? My last video I talked about the golden child syndrome or golden child and a scapegoat in a family. These past couple videos and these videos coming up, I want to start talking about terms, but I want to start talking about them. I want to start grouping them if they complement each other, if that makes sense. For example, as I just said, I did golden child and scapegoat in one video, and those go hand in hand because those more often than not are siblings or people around you in a household with narcissistic tendencies, be it your parents or your guardians, your grandpa, grandma, whoever, right? Anybody in your family that you are living in that household with. This one, again, I'm talking about flying monkey and hoovering. Hoovering is a technique that people that show narcissistic tendencies do, narcissists. And a flying monkey is also a term used by people who suffer from this type of disorder. With all that being said, I'll get in the video in a second. I just want to say thank you guys for the support. 35 subscribers is great. Honestly, I really didn't think I was going to get any. But it's really nice reading the comments, seeing how you guys are enjoying these videos, how I'm explaining it well. It really does mean a lot. Thank you for commenting. As I just said, it's great interacting with you guys. It's really cool seeing how these videos reaches out to people around the world or anywhere, wherever you are. And check out my other videos if you haven't. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, put the notifications on so you'll be alarmed for every single video going forward. And without further ado, let's get into this one. So what is a flying monkey? A flying monkey is a type of enabler, right? It's a person that sides with the narcissist no matter the situation or evidence presented in front of them. So, as I just said, it's a type of enabler. They just continue to allow the narcissist to continue their type of abuse no matter what happens, no matter who it affects, be it your other family members, your kids, your own parents, anything like that. You're just so caught up in this cycle with him or her that whatever they do is fine because you're that dependent, or this is all you know. You could even be brainwashed for being around that person for so long, right? This type of person, a flying monkey, an enabler, they could gaslight and manipulate themselves. They could be like, yeah, that's your so and so, that's your dad, that's your mom. How can you talk to them that way? They do all this for you, right? So that's what a flying monkey is. They'll trivialize your feelings. They'll give a lot of narcissistic tendencies, but I don't necessarily think they're narcissists themselves. Seeing this happen around people in my own life, I think these people act the way they do because they are only surrounded to this situation for so long. Again, in my inner child video, I brought up that you are the product of your environment, right? And that could continue until, you're an late adult. It doesn't have to be just when you're a child. It could just be anything that you know. You could feel helpless. This could be the only life you know, so you only side with this person, no matter how toxic they could be. So researching this term, the flying monkey, I knew what it was when I started getting into NPD, when I started researching it, but I never knew where the term came from. Because I was thinking to myself when researching, and this was before I even looked it up, like, flying monkey is so specific. So I wondered, I researched on where it came from, and this kind of took me by surprise. I don't know why, but I found out this was kind of a little interesting, a little tidbit. The term was coined from the movie The Wizard of Oz, in which the Wicked Witch dispatches monkeys to fly and get Dorothy and her dog. So it came from the movie all those time ago. It's basically someone say the narcissist, a toxic person, controls somebody else to do what they feel like, what they do, their personality, right? A toxic person is toxic. They'll give toxic tendencies. So the flying monkey in this situation will do the same exact thing because that's all they know, maybe, or maybe they're just they abuse themselves. And not maybe, I shouldn't say that. I feel like they are abused themselves, but because again, this is all they know and they're that late in life, they're just like, it is what it is. I can't do anything about it. So that's what a flying monkey is. Again, out of all of this, I was very surprised that the term came from The Wizard of Oz. That was the last thing I expected. I don't know why. But yeah, that is what a flying monkey is. The next topic we'll go into a little depth is hoovering. So what is hoovering? Hoovering by definition is when someone's in a toxic situation, right? And their abuser, the toxic person, always tries to gauge or do something to get back into the other person's life in order to continue the abuse. Now, this was, I believe, in one of my first videos when I talked about narcissistic personality disorder, like the definition of the disorder itself. I feel like this was brought up, but not by actual definition. So, if you guys remember way back, I mentioned in a couple videos about the narcissistic cycle of abuse, right? Where it's like you're in a situation, it's toxic, whatever. The person does something that you just don't like. It maybe crossed the line, hurt your feelings, all that. So, human instinct, you wouldn't want to interact with that person anymore, right? You don't want to be felt that way, or whatever it is. You just don't want anything to do with that person because of their actions. They will see this, and then, in an attempt to get you back in their good graces, they'll do something called love bombing, which I brought up before. They'll shower you with compliments, gifts, just tell you everything that you want to hear, so you could be like, oh, maybe this person isn't so bad, maybe I should give him another chance. That's how you get back into the cycle for them just to hurt you again, right? But the process of the toxic person trying to get back into your life is known as hoovering. So the same thing as a flying monkey. When researching, was wondering where this term came about, because I feel like these terms are very specific. Flying monkey is very specific, and I feel like hoovering is specific, but when you really think about it, the term hoovering came from the Hoover vacuum. So when you hoover something or hover around something, I believe those words are interchangeable. You are going around the area in order to suck up whatever it is, right? You're vacuuming, you're getting the dirt out of the carpet, the floor, whatever it is. But in the same vein, the same situation, a person could go around you in your like personal space. We talked about boundaries in the last video. They could go around your personal space. They could just be around you after they hurt your feelings in order to gauge where you are, what you do, what you need to do, what they can give you to just bring you back in, right? And I preach this a lot about the cycle of abuse. At some point, it just needs to be cut off, because people who are toxic, and I'll just talk about narcissists, for example, because that's what I'm mainly researching in, they thrive off the energy they could get from you, the reaction. They live off it. This is why you can't provide them with any sort of logic. In flying monkey, right? The flying monkey, it doesn't matter what kind of evidence you bring up to a certain person or about a certain person, they'll just keep doing what they're doing, right? So there's no logic. There's no logic. It's just they love the emotion they could get out of you. And that's why I feel like cutting off or breaking off that cycle, the generational trauma, generational curse, I'm sure we've heard that term before. Say your parents got the way they act because of their parents, but they got it because of their parents. But like, if you're in this generation and you know that what they're doing is not normal, you will not pass on those tendencies, hence breaking the cycle, right? And I feel like it's the same thing with the abuse cycle, because it's the same thing. You can't continue this if you know it's wrong, right? So that was a cycle. They'll go into love bombing. They'll give you gifts. They could then gaslight you. They'll guilt trip you. Say it's a relationship that you have. Could be your parent, your grandpa, a family member, maybe a close friend that you knew all your life, right? They'll be like, how could you do this to me? I thought we were friends. We were family. I'm your parent. All this type of stuff. But it's all just done so they don't have to take accountability for themselves. And that is what hoovering is. So that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love I'm getting. Please like, comment, subscribe. Put the notification bell on so you'll be alerted for all my upcoming videos. It's really fun for me making these videos, and I really am glad that it could be helping people out there, or people are just enjoying to have this on. It really is fulfilling to me. So without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next one. And if you guys have any suggestions on what you want me to cover, just leave a comment. I'll look over them, and then I will more often than not cover what you guys want me to. But yeah, that'll be for future videos. So without further ado, again, I'll catch you guys in the next one.